Hello, good evening. Ooh, that light's not in the right place, is it? Let's move it. Oh no, it's flopped back. God, I should really check these things, shouldn't I, before I start? Oh, now it's even worse. Whoops. Not good. Never mind. Anyway, good evening. It is Monday, so we're going to be playing with our monthly makes. And I'm probably going to have to do something with that light in a minute. It's new box time, so we're going to be opening Februrays box, looking at what's inside and having a bit of a play. So I hope that's okay. Hello, good evening, Maxine. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Christine. So that's our plan for tonight. I hope you've received your box. I've been tracking quite a few, and the ones I've checked have all turned up. So I'm hoping the majority of the boxes have turned up already. So there we go. That's going to bug me, isn't it, if I don't move it? So should we have a look at what is inside Februrays box? It seems like only yesterday it was January. Oh, that's not going to work either. Bear with. There we go. Now I can move you over. One of them evenings. Evening, Lynn. Right. So, Februrays box. It is. Oops. There we go. Right. I'm moving things as I go tonight. I'm like Calamity Jane. Everything just keeps moving, and I knocked something over as I came back in. I've just done something to my light, and now I've just knocked something on the floor. All good fun, isn't it? Evening, Nicola. So this is Februrays monthly make. We have a very simple rose, which I've got to admit is probably the hardest thing I've ever drawn in my life, because it is, because it's all one line, and it just took me forever to do it. We've got lots of hearts, little texture stamp. It could be used as a polyplate. And then we've got two little ones. Now the idea with these were for your like your insides of your cards or your envelopes, that type of thing. So in your set you get, I'll try and remember what it's called, simple line rose, and you can see it's just one big curly whirly line that you draw your rose with, and it looks really, really simple, doesn't it, when you follow it? Believe me, it wasn't. You then get your solid hearts texture stamp, which looks beautiful behind your rose. I'll show you some more samples in a minute. And then you get your two little roses. Now they are a little bit bigger than that. So you've got one which is about the size of my thumb, and then, yeah, well, you can see the little one's about the size of your thumb. And then of course you should get your discount card as well, which yours will have a code on it, which gets you your 10% off on the website. I just had a moment then, I'm not sure if I popped that on the website, so I'll do that as soon as I've finished on here. So as always, you get your little booklet as well, some really simple ideas and some of our samples. Evening, Wala. Evening, Sue. So that is what is in Februrays box, but you don't really want to see the stamps, do you? You want to see the samples. So let me grab them. I'm going for a pick and mix tonight, so I don't know what's coming out of the bag first. So first up, ooh, very pretty. It's one of Mum's. Look at this one. It's all made with handmade paper. How beautiful is that? She's cheated. Ooh, I was trying to figure out how she's got it so flat. Because I thought she'd fussy cut it. She has. She's fussy cut them out, but then she's coloured the green. Because it's all one layer. How cool is that? Nice little idea using some handmade papers. You know what, I'm going to be dragging out another of Mum's. Just using the flower heads this time. She's got your two big flower heads in the top and bottom. I'm loving this bit with the rose for a nice little texture. And then just be your beautiful self, because that's our sentiment that comes with it. And the two little roses, that's a tiny rose from our the mini set. There we go, let's grab another one. Oh, super simple one of mine. There you go. There you can see that it's just got a teeny tiny hint of colour. I've literally just flicked a little bit of colour around it, because you really don't need much more with this stamp. Teeny tiny bit of colour and just that sentiment. Just be your beautiful self. There we go. Let me grab another one of Mum's. So on this one, She always likes to break down the stamps, doesn't she? We've got our lovely leaves, we've got our flowers making that border, and then we've got our beautiful self in the middle. It's really cool. That must have taken some masking to do that. There we go. Next up, oh, another one of Mum's. Oh, I like that one. Look, so she's just made like a border using the little stamp on that one. That's an idea. I like that. And then it's almost like what do you call it? Yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it'll come back to me. Cool though. Look at that. Right, next. Oh, a messy, grungy one of mine. So you can see we've got all sorts going on in the background there for this one. And then I've actually fussy cut that flower out, and it isn't actually that hard to do. If I can cut it out, anyone can. And just coloured that in using my pens. So lots of stuff going on in the background. We've got brusho, we've got the hearts, we've got the flowers, and then we've just got that lovely little sentiment up in that top corner as well. That one's there. I'll grab this one. Oh, that's a bit neat. Look at that one. She's used it as like a scroll almost. That's a neat little idea, isn't it? See, she always uses them slightly different. Do you like that idea? It looks like leaves, doesn't it? Tracy's saying those leaves are hard to mask. I can imagine they are. I can imagine them being very tricky to mask off because they're very pointy. Right, I think you're stuck with some of mine now. Right, super simple one again. So on this one I've just stamped it, coloured it in with our oxide, but you can see we've got a splodgy background on there and our rose in the background. So using all the techniques that we know, so splodgy background, stamping our words just randomly in the background, and stamping over at the top and colouring it in. Really super simple, but I think pretty effective. And then we've got our little saying there again. Got that one. One of each on this one. So we have got our big flower head, our medium, and our small. It's like Goldilocks, isn't it? Our 3 different roses on there, all coloured in. I think I used oxides on that one. And then we've got our sentiment down in the bottom corner. There we go. But proper scrapbuster that, isn't it? You've got like little pieces that we've just made into panels for our card. There's that one. We're nearly at the end, I promise. Super busy one here. Lots and lots going on in our background. So we've just got panels basically. So we've got panel using our little flower, panel using our heart, and a panel using our medium flower. And then we've got our beautiful rose just on the front. Again, very lightly coloured in. You can just see that. Very lightly coloured in on that one. Feel like acorn leaves. On this one. Could be acorns. Then next, let me grab that one. Oh, she has gone fussy cutting. Don't know if you can quite see. She's got her handmade papers out again. Don't know if I can quite show you the depth. There you go. Can you just see all those different layers she's got in there? Really has gone to town cutting out. I think we've got 1, 2, 3. I think there's 3 layers there at least. Maybe 4 there. And then we've just got again green handmade paper to cut it out. And that background's really, really subtle. It's just that solid heart in the background. I think she'll have used Distress inks for it, but how beautiful is that? A little bit of pink and a bit of grey. Proper. Very simple, very beautiful. I always think handmade paper, you want to touch it, don't you? It's because it's just got all those lovely textures in it. Yeah, I do. I love handmade papers. And then finally, I think this has to be one of my favourites that I've done. Literally, I've inked it up, spritzed it and stamped it in the background, and then we've got our third one which I've stamped in black ink because that makes it pop to the front, and then I've just coloured it in using Distress inks by the looks of it. On that one, I should really remember what I've done them with. So there you go. That one's, I think that's a 7B7, that one. And then you've just got Just Be Your Beautiful Self in the bottom corner. Super simple, but I do hope you agree they are pretty nice. There you go. So again, I'm going to sit stroking that one. Stop it. There we go. We've both done a lot of 5B7s on this one. I've got to admit, 5B7 is my go-to one. Just look at that. How simple is that? And look at that. I would never have thought of doing that. But now she's done it, I'm kind of thinking we might need a leaf done in exactly the same style. There we go. There's that one. It's like a dressing gown, isn't it? But that's not the word I was looking for. Got another one. She's just framed it up again. She's taken the leaves off. Super simple. Within this background. Really pretty little background there. We've got our 3 roses. Look at how different it is though. So again, handmade paper. She's coloured that handmade paper in. I think she's actually done all the colour right. So it's the same design. Yep, so 3 flowers. But handmade paper versus just stamped. Completely different look, isn't it? There we go. And then, so that is it. That is all our samples. I'm going to keep going then. There wasn't any more. So those are all your samples. Again, in your set you should have your inspiration leaflet. You should have your simple line rose in there. I should say you also get your corner and the word rose in there as well. Your love hearts, your solid hearts, your backgrounds. You also get your little flowers. Noelle says I think she chopped the rose in half. Might have to ask her if she turns up later. Though I know what she's like though, she will have sat there and made sure her stamps are super clean and super tidy. Yeah, I definitely haven't taken out after her for that. But they are super clean and super tidy, so she can easily just ink up little areas of her stamps because they are so beautifully clean. Mine not so much, because you've seen what I do with mine. Actually, I'm going to have to use them tonight because I don't know where mine are. So I'm going to pop these back in this tub. Just like that, so they're nice and safe. And we'll get crafting, shall I? Or shall we even? I thought, I've got 2 ideas in my head, because these roses don't take much to do, much to create or to colour in. Yeah. So I've actually got 2. So I've got one idea that's bugging me and I want to have a go at, and the other we'll have a play with. So I'm going to start off with, I'm just going to go super simple for this first one. I've got a very squeaky chair, let me just move. There we go. I'll grab this one out of here. So my comments have just gone. Rude, hey? 2 seconds. My own fault, I've not put myself on my network. Right. Hopefully that should come back up in a minute. Right. Stamp base, let's have that one. There we go. So I'm just going to pop my rose on. You can just get these on here. You know me, I don't like using super big stamp bases unless I really have to. There we go. Pop that one there like so. Got a bit of that action going, a bit of that one. And I want my whites, or do I want my grey? No, I'm going to use whites. I know I've been doing a lot of embossing, haven't I, the last few weeks. But I think this should look quite cool. Plus I just, you know, using the anti-static bag, I guess. It's like a tension relief, isn't it? do there. Let's get this open because we all know what happens last time. There we go. Right. I'm going to leave that like that. We're all ready. I'm going to roll my sleeves back. There we go. Right. Feels like we're going into surgery or something. Nope, I'm just playing with my embossing powders. Oops. Right. I'm just making sure I ink this up really well. I'm going to do it to the side because it does work really well just having your flower. Do it there. And then just leave enough for your sentiment. It does work really well, fits really well on your page. There we go. Ooh. Got cramp in my finger then. Not a good start. I think Mum might have just come on so we can ask her. See if she fesses up. Am I going to Lee? No, we're not going to Lee. For the very simple reason, we're going to the Lego convention in town instead. Sorry, but we do, you know, Lego does kind of come first in our house. So, no, we're not at Lee because we're at the Lego convention. It's nearly sold out again. We've not been. We didn't manage to get tickets last year, and I've got to admit we were all pretty gutted. So I managed to get tickets this year as soon as they came on sale. I think it was November. I got our tickets, and we will be there. Kids have already got it planned. Train into town, and then we're going straight over to GMX, and they want to spend the day there. Oh dear, it's not my night, I tell you, anything I touch tonight, it's just falling over. I'm just destroying it. Yeah, we went pre-COVID last time we went to, it's called Bricktastic. Last time we went it was pre-COVID, it was amazing. We spent far too long there. It was amazing. They do like what do you call it, a mosaic. So you create a little tile about this big, and you put in all your Lego blocks in. Your piece is probably about that, so about 10-inch square, and then they put it all together and they make this massive mosaic over the weekend, and it is just wonderful. I don't know what the theme is this year for the convention, but it was wonderful last time. I think it was Star Wars last time we went. Don't know what it was last year because, like I said, we didn't get tickets. But I don't, you know, as soon as the kids knew it was on, it was what we'll be going. Right, I'm trying to find that card so we can ask her because, like I say, Mum's just arrived. Right, Mum, they want to know, have you cut your stamp up because of all this masking you've been doing? I said no, your stamps are probably just clean, unlike mine. There's the other one that you've done. There. And that one too. Look. So have you cut them up? Oh, I know that feeling, Lynn. It likes to test my patience, does Facebook. Oh, it's not NEC. Oh no, it's not NEC Bricktastic. It's GMX in Manchester. So perfect day out for us, really. It's only around corner. So we get to take a train and a tram and we get to play. Right, so I've got a straw. I know, don't tell Ed, because it's one of his. And I've got some what embossing powder I've used is actually it's our embossing powder we had from about a year ago, maybe 2 years, and it's an off-white. It's not white, it's vintage white or antique white, I can't remember which one it was called, and it's got a little aroma as well. Right, so I've put some brush out and water into a dropper bottle, and all I'm going to do, smelly, absolutely Noala. Smelly's being polite about what it is. Stinky. Nice stinky, that sounds really bad, doesn't it? It's nice stinky. I'm going to shut up now while I blow my straw. Can do it with a pipette, but I didn't know where my pipettes were, so. Not quite what I wanted it to do. There we go. Oops. I never learn, do I? It is a nice smell. And unfortunately I can't get any more either. I'm trying to get a bit to come out of this bit here, but you know. Since when does anything ever go where I want it to go? Might have to put another blob on in a second. That'll do. There we go, that one will do. And then I'm just going to dry that one. I need to be careful. I need to be careful I don't overheat my embossing powder, because I want to leave it raised. If you overheat your embossing powder, it basically goes flat. Yeah, so you won't get the lovely ridges which we can use. So gently, just keep heating it very gently. Mum's saying she'd never cut one of my stamps. I can remember one or two you've cut in the past. Got to admit though, sometimes you don't want the stamp. It reminds me of a Pokemon, that one. A blue Pokemon. Right, I'm going to leave that like that for now. And I need some green. But I know I haven't got green in my dropper bottles, so we are going to have to do it slightly different. No. It's easier if you've got a dropper bottle or a pipette to do this with. But if not, I'll just do it this way. Basically, you want a blob of ink, whatever ink you're using. Yep, that's all it's about. You just want that big blob of ink. I'm going to place the big blob here. And I'm going to place, well, I've got my paintbrush out, I'm going to do one here. And I'm going to do one here. You can see where I'm going with this now, can't you? I'm going to pop that down there. I'm going to try and stay away from my green pile over there this time. Look like a hand and then a snail. Yeah, it really does remind me of a Pokemon. So all you're getting is me huffing and puffing tonight. It's not going where I want it to go. Rude. Not going at all. Let's do these leaves, see if they'll play. Remind me never to do this again live. I'll do it in the safety of my own crafting. Ooh, that's better, isn't it? Should have just done a big blob and hope for the best. It's going for the path of least resistance, isn't it? Looks a bit like a peacock, doesn't it now? We might have to do a bit of titivating up on this. We really must. Yeah, huffing and puffing and squeaking. What have we signed up for tonight, I mean? That one worked better, didn't it? See, it's my chair squeaking. It's not me squeaking, it's the chair. I've got to admit as well, I took me my feet get really cold in here. No matter what I do, my feet are always cold. So I brought my hot water bottle in, so I've had to take my boots off. So like you do, this afternoon when I was sat working, I went to stand up, I went to walk outside. Yes, I forgot I had no boots on. That was not something I want to repeat. Right, I'm going to stop because all I'm doing is throwing that green bit up into my pink bit, and it's not looking very pretty, is it? Go and get it before it goes anywhere else. I don't want it. Puffing and puffing and squeaking. Really not quite the Monday night we signed up for. I'm just taking a little bit of the extra off. Heatable booties. I know. See, that'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? But I keep saying it's, you know, it's coming into spring now, isn't it? It's going to be spring in a couple of weeks. It is, honest. So what's he called? The brown dog went back underground, didn't he? So we've got at least another 8 weeks. You're not seeing at home. It definitely didn't feel like spring this morning. No, nice big thick frost here. Right, I'm just going to leave that a minute. You're not quite seeing. If I hold it up, will you see it a bit better? Can you see there? It's not quite the same. Oh, actually, if I look at it on the proper screen. Yeah, can you see? So, I'm not quite happy that I've got no colour around my green line. Yep. So, I'm just going to keep playing with this now. So I'm just going to bring a little bit down. Using that line. That's the nice thing about embossing powders. It helps you stay close to the line. I'm going to pop a little bit of green on there, and I'm going to do exactly the same round. So if you notice on my brush, I'm going for what's quite concentrated still. Yep, so again, I'm just going to come around this edge. Not putting too much on there. Don't even know you can see that, can you? Maybe. I'll hold it up for you in a second. Looks like an anemone. Oh, it does, yes. It's not a rose tonight, it's yeah, that one. An anemone. I was actually working on something underwater the other day. There we go. So can you see I've just added that teeny tiny little bit of green? Yeah? Just to help us a little bit. Because my huffing and puffing, for all my huffing and puffing, it didn't quite go where I wanted it to go. But that's okay. because we've got a brush on and we're not afraid to use it, are we? There we go. Just highlighting it a little bit more. Right, I'm going to leave that there like that, and then I'm just going to grab some of that red. I'm just going to clean off my paintbrush. Always reminds me of Finding Nemo, when Nemo sat going, and then and Mr. Ray turns around and says, "Okay, we get what you mean." Yeah, I can never say it. Right, I'm just going to grab a little bit of that pink. I'm cheating because I know I've already got some mixed. Just using my dropper. I tell you, this chair's got the squeaks on, isn't it? So I'm just going to do exactly the same again. I'm just going to pick it up because it's not quite. I was hoping it would have stuck in me embossing a little bit more than it did, but it's okay. You know what, we can recover. And I can have a strop that it's not quite done what I wanted it to do, but that's fine. Oops, nearly. I've got a bit too much water on my brush, that's all. There we go, I'm going to leave that like that. If I lift it back up, it does look like an anemone though. You are entirely correct there, Lynn. Look. I've got into my huffing and puffing on there. I've done a few last couple of days. Right, I'm going to leave that like that. I'm going to add... I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. I've got a duck now. I've had a duck, I've had huffing, puffing, squeaking, and now a duck's turned up. Rude. There we go, right. And then I'm just going to grab... You might have just had a sneaky view of what's coming up on Wednesday there. Whoops. Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this down here. Can you see? I might have put my rose central, yeah, but all my huffing and puffing sent it further up the page, hasn't it? So if you look at it, it's really not balanced very well now, my page. I've got, it comes down to about here, yep. So I've got a much bigger gap at the bottom. So what I'm going to do, if I put my sentiment here, it just looks like I've not, my card should stop about here. Yeah? Whereas if I bring my sentiment right down into this bottom corner, it rebalances the card. I hope that made sense. Yeah, it's about tricking your eye. So your eye doesn't go, ooh, she needs to cut 1/2 inch off the bottom of that. Yeah, it's not. So at the moment, like I say, about 1/2 inch this card needs taking off it, but if I pop this down here, yep, you can see straight away it's going to go, yeah, it's the right size. Or I could have just chopped it down a little bit. I didn't want to do that, because that would have mean standing up and finding the backing paper to go with it. There we go. And then I've just got my little 5x7. I'm a bit miffed I've got a bit of pink runnage down here, but I don't... Oh, you can just about see it now, I pointed it out. But can you see? It does look like an anemone though. It does. Now you've said it, it's going to be stuck in my head. It's our rose anemone. There you go. Super simple. And there you go. Right, so I did say I wanted to do 2. So my other idea, don't worry, it's not... Ooh, actually, do worry, because my desk is pink. Let me put my straw away. No more huffing and puffing, I promise. I want to do some painting. And I've just been doing painting, but you know what I mean. Proper painting. Found some yellow I didn't know was there. Right. Cleaner. So we're going to grab this. We're going to grab our rose again. But I want to have my rose really, really faint this time. I'm going to pop that to one side. My paper's going curly because my desk is obviously not dry. Oh, I've just found them. I was looking for them earlier. Right, got my smoky grey. So, I basically want to use this as like a mask or a guide to where I want to paint. So I'm just going to grab my grey. So think of it, if you were like painting a picture, you'd do it in pencil first, wouldn't you? You draw your picture and then paint it. It's just the same idea. Seeing how dark that's going to come out. Probably would have been alright. Let me ink it up again. I didn't know whether I needed second generation, but I think that should be fine. So I'm going to do exactly the same layout as what we've just done. So I'm going to pop this on here. I'm going to leave it in the centre. There we go. I think I might do an orange rose this time. Those beautiful orange roses you see. Yeah, that looks darker than it did a minute ago. I'm just turning it round, aren't I now? Right, so we're going to start off. I'm going to start off with my green bits because actually doing your leaves and things are so much easier than doing your petals. So I'm going to start off with my green. So I'm just using my brush out, nothing special. But any watercolour or anything like that would work just as well. Ooh, I nearly knocked my drink over then. But we're doing well. We've had about half hour out, maybe knocking something over or creating a catastrophe. Tell you what though, this chair, whew, definitely got squeaks on tonight. Yeah, I'm just drying my paintbrush. Can you see I've still got loads and loads of water in the top of my paintbrush? So I'm just taking it out of my paintbrush because all that's going to do is when I start painting, it's just going to, I was about to put more water on it then. It's going to work towards the point of my paintbrush, the nib of my paintbrush. And I don't want that because I want to be in control of my water and my gubbins and all that stuff. There we go. Right, you can tell how dirty my paintbrush is. I need to sort that out. Right, so I'm just going to start by this a bit greener. There we go. And apologies, I am going to go quiet because I'm sat here sticking my tongue out. Not you guys, just because sticking my tongue out is easier. I'm going to come round and I'm going to follow those beautiful lines we've got. I'm going to flick it round. Ish. It's like paint by numbers, isn't it? Oh, I flicked that too early, did you see? Got me flick in the wrong place there. That's okay, we'll keep going. I'm going to keep bringing that round and up. Yeah, the sound effects do help. Oh, they help me. Just like that, and then I'm going to take a little bit more of my solid brush out and just flick it from the centre here. There we go. Same on this one too, because it's drying quite quickly. It's that hot water bottle, isn't it, doing it? I'm just going to bring this down. And you can see, if I'd have done me doodad, me stamping a little bit fainter, you want to see in that grey line. And then we're going to follow it back up here. Oops. Just like that. I'm trying to stay on my lines and it's not working. Just like that. We'll follow this one up again. Drag that colour down a little bit. I don't know, I'm cheating a little bit in here, but it's a big space that I don't think, even if I got a bigger brush, I'd have got where I needed it to go. Just going to start bringing that, playing a little bit with our colours. I'm just letting the brush show do the work, really. So because my card's already wet, when you put the brush show on, it just does all the blending and stuff for you. There we go, and I've got a bristle coming out of my brush. Let me grab that. There we go. And then, oh, that's my green done, isn't it? Getting carried away then. I thought I had a little bit more to do. There we go. And then I'm going to dry that actually before I do my next bit. Oh, excuse me. Just realised I don't normally hold my heat gun in this hand. There we go. And the whole reason I didn't clean my paintbrush out is because I just want to do a few little drops. So just a few. Ooh, wrong place. Definitely not going where I want it to go tonight. Never mind. Like I said before, I'm like Calamity Jane, aren't I? To be fair, it's been like that all day. I did a washing load this morning and found a tissue in it. It's like, oh, nothing worse. And there was me getting all excited because I thought, oh, I'm ahead on my washing this morning. Oh no. I still got it out on the line though, even though it was frosty. That didn't make sense. Having been washing out on the line with frost on the ground. But the sun was beautiful. Right, so we said we're going to do a beautiful orange one. Thank you. Move that back that way a bit. Turn my finger orange at the same time. Didn't look like much, but there was quite a lot came out then. Not in the place I wanted it. So again, I'm just going to go in. I'm actually using my brush out a lot more concentrated than I normally would. Yeah, because normally I'd have my brush head quite watered down and then add to it. But I'm actually, no, now she says, and she's just gone and slopped a load of water on it. Pulling the colour. It's not quite as orange as I thought it'd be. So again, I've got that base colour down, and I'm just going to start dropping almost like raw brush onto it, just to get that beautiful intensity, because the middle of a rose is a lot darker, isn't it, than the outers. Oops. Just like that, I think. Remember with brush, if you need to, you can go and put some water in and dilute it a little bit, or you can go and add a bit more colour if you need it a bit more intense. Not like, can you see up here at the top? Oops. I've got like really pale brush out and then much darker brush out. So I'm just going to grab some water and just work it in until I'm happy with how it looks. Same here. Again, just pop it in there. There we go. I'm happier with that. But yeah, if I hold it up, you can still see that grey line's really stuck around, and I was hoping it would be a bit more muted, which is why I stamped it first, thinking, oh no, that'll be fine. It's like, no, I should have gone with my gut and done second generation, but I didn't. Next time I will. Again, I want to just do a little bit of splatting around that top bit. Come on. And I think as well, not quite. I think this one, because it's such a simple design, I think we're going to get our air dry clay out as well with this one, because I think it will make some beautiful little clay. Oops, I've loaded my brush up on there. So if I can find my clay, that's what we'll probably do next week. There you go. Just do a little bit down there. There we go. Don't go over the top, girl. Too late. Clean that up again. I wonder why my desk's always funny colours. Squeaky chair again. That's nearly my juice again. Right, there we go. I'm going to pop that up there. Just grab my paint pot from last week. It's on my desk. It's got pride of place. Little lady was in crafting that weekend, and she turned around and went, well, I need to do that with mine now. I said, yeah, you can do. And Bear said I can have there's another one of it, another tub that's shorter and fatter, and he said I can have it. Obviously for £1, you know. Wouldn't be bad if there wasn't a charging for it. Just making sure it's dry now. But super simple, isn't it? Now I'm just going to grab our little sentiment. In fact, I'm going to be naughty if I can find it. Bear with. Ah! It should be on here. Maybe it's not. If it's not, then I won't faff. There we go. Perfect. I thought it was on here. So I'm going to use one of our new Valentine's Day. Well, it's not Valentine's Day actually. It's My Heart Is Wherever You Are. I'm going to use that one with it as well. I know it's not month to make, but I think it will look quite pretty. Let's turn it around that way. Always put it on your stamp so it's easier to stamp. So you're not having to... Yeah. We're meant to be crafting, not doing gymnastics. Oops. Make sure I've got that nicely inked up. Again, I'm going for the is whatever to line it up against my bottom. There we go. Oh, is wherever, not whatever. Close. There we go. So my heart is wherever, not whatever, wherever you are. So 2 super simple and quick cards tonight. Got Brusho one, and we've got, well, they're both Brusho, aren't they? And we've got our anemone one. There we go. So there they both are. Both using Brusho, both the same layout. So we've just stamped our flower and our saying next to it. And just using Brusho, but a completely different look, isn't it? I do like this though. It's fun. So, should we have a quick recap of what is in Februrays box? You get your rose. We've not used that one yet. We get our rose. We get our solid hearts, and then we get our teeny tiny. Well, they're not teeny tiny. They're quite big. The bottom one's about the size of my thumb, the little one even, and then you get the medium one as well. Perfect for your envelopes and things like that, and tags and stuff. And then, should we do a quick once through? Or not? I'm just going to do a lucky dip. I'll pick 3 out of my box just to re-show you. That one. And that one. Love that background. Oh, there you go. Can't not have a handmade flower. Oh, got to touch that, haven't we? There you go. 3 quick examples. Handmade paper. Never would have thought about it. Got a big box of it there as well. Guess what I'm getting out this week. So that is it for me tonight. Let me move those so I don't knock them over. There you go. So that is it. So let me see if I can find you again. There you go. That is it from me tonight. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, we are back on Wednesday because we've now got, well, not every week, but I'll be most Wednesdays. We'll be here at 8:30 after swimming. So 8:30, we've got some new stamps on Thursday night to share with you. There's only a few. But yeah, they're nice. I do like them. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more about them actually. So 8 o'clock, 8:30 on the Wednesday. I'm confusing myself. It's that light. I feel like I'm in the spotlight. There you go. If I sit like that, it's not in my face anymore. So yeah, Wednesday 8:30. I know. Yeah, I need to go to bed, don't I? Wednesday 8:30. We've got some new stamps coming. I do hope you can join me then. I hope you have you're enjoying your monthly make as well, with our beautiful rose stamp. Yeah, just a really nice simple design this month. Like I say, they're really hard to draw because it's just one line. It was tricky. Anyway, I think that's everything. Oh, and if you're coming to Birmingham at weekend, be nice to see you then. So take care, stay safe, and I will see you on Wednesday or Saturday in Birmingham. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.